We begin in the Gambia, where the Gambia's army chief has reaffirmed his loyalty to President Yahya Jammeh. And that comes after the regional bloc ECOWAS threatened to use military force to oust him if he refuses to step down when his term ends on the 19th of January. Yahya Jammeh lost the election to opposition leader Adama Barrow. The head of the army's support will be crucial for the country's transition. If he decides to back Adama Barrow, it is unlikely President Jammeh will succeed in staying in office. Well, let's get more now from Deji Badmus. He's standing by for us in Lagos. Deji, just how worried is the West African regional bloc or the West African region itself about the latest developments coming out of the Gambia?
Well, Beatrice, it's still early to tell how worried the West African bloc is, but fact is that the security chief's position did not come as a surprise to a lot of security analysts here. For instance, President Jammeh is still the president of Gambia, and in fact, the security chief is expected to be loyal to the president of the country until that time comes when he's supposed to leave power. But there's no question at all that what he has done is to pledge absolute loyalty to the president of the country, and it appears that he's ready to back the president even after his term expires on the 19th of January. But that is not to say that the president now has the entire military behind him. We just have to wait and see how it all plays out. But in terms of that concern, if you like, it's not raising any issue here, even though today we saw the vice president actually of the Nigerian Senate, that's the deputy Senate president, coming out to advise ECOWAS not to adopt a military option against the Gambia, saying that you know, that the bloc should just consider sanctions and some other measures and not really military option now. But we just have to wait and see if that is the position ECOWAS would take. But because we know that ECOWAS has said President Jammeh has to leave office by the 19th of January.
Well, Deji, that is the issue, though, because the regional bloc ECOWAS had threatened to use military force there. So will ECOWAS still send in troops now that the army chief backs Jammeh?
Well, just as I said, I mean, that the army chief has decided to back Jammeh does not mean the entire military of that country is behind Jammeh. I mean, it's just not possible. But we still have to wait and see. Now, will ECOWAS still go ahead to send military troops if all the negotiations it is carrying out behind the scene now fails? It's very likely, because it's difficult to see ECOWAS changing its position. But President Muhammadu Buhari, who is one of the co-chair of the negotiating team, as well as John Dramani Mahama of Ghana, have actually been intensifying their negotiation. We understand that they've been speaking to all the sides, and they are hopeful that they'll be able to resolve these peacefully. But the fact is, as things stand, if at the end of the day negotiations failed, there's no question at all that there will be sanctions. And but apart from the sanctions, no question at all that we might see ECOWAS sending military troops there now to try and change the position of things in the Gambia. But the general belief and the hope of everyone is that things would not degenerate to that level, and that, you know, the voice of reason would eventually prevail, and Jammeh would eventually hand over power to Barrow on the 19th of January.
All right, Deji Badmus for us there in Lagos.